Technical Foul Podcast. It's your boy LD.
Yeah, it's your boy King Testify.
Boy, little gap.
Yes, sir. We got the usual NBA roundup. We're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be choosing our picks for the NBA championship. NBA playoffs are coming around. We just seen a little glimpse of that with the Memphis Grizzlies and the Trailblazers. And Miles has a little bit to say about the bubble MVP and whatnot. We'll get to that. And then what else are we gonna talk about?
We're gonna talk about our sleepers for the first round.
Yeah.
Like what you just said, as far as our projections, excuse me,
Yeah.
for each round of the playoffs, and who we think we're gonna have win the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Excited for that.
yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So let's get right to it. Playoffs. Playoffs start tomorrow, Monday. I think Monday,
Yeah,
right?
tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah. A lot of teams are excited, and a lot of teams are concerned. Now, there's a lot. There's family first at all, no matter what, right?
Right.
So
Right. On everything.
Mike Conley Jr., Gordon Hayward, who else?
Dennis Schroeder, but he's back.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just came back to the club.
Utah's gonna miss out on Mike Conley due to
Yes, they are.
due to his wife having a baby. They're gonna miss him out for the first round of this playoffs.
So is that actually guaranteed for the whole first
Yeah,
round?
for the whole first round.
For the whole first round.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right then. That kind of twisted some of my points.
Yes, sir.
That kind of sums up what I was gonna say. So
Yes, sir. So when you look at the implications and the problems being placed with family and all that, who do you guys think is gonna win this year? This year's NBA championship. With all that has to be,
Miles, you can go ahead first, man.
Go with my team. I want the Lakers. I need them to win a chip. But aside from my biases, we have two of the top players in the league, one of the GOATs, and a star that cannot be denied in the playoffs. So with that being said, my pick for the finals is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. That's official. So being the third best defensive team in the league, we probably have a matchup we can expect to be against Milwaukee, and it's going to be a tough matchup. But I think we'll end up pulling it out. We got the GOAT and playoff LeBron. I have bet against him so many times, and I will never make that mistake ever again. Even being this a super top heavy team, us lacking a little bit of depth on the bench, playoff LeBron, bro. Been to the finals 8 times, 8 years in a row. That's 8 straight seasons. And him actually getting some rest previous year for the first time in 8 seasons, and him getting that additional rest from the off season since the restart happened. I think it's gonna happen for us, most definitely.
Hey man, yeah, I'm not mad at Miles' pick, but my concerns for the Lakers is we got a couple things right. Obviously, playoff LeBron's a different type of animal, and now he has arguably I think his best teammate as far as star power with Anthony Davis. Yeah, but there is some concerns as far as these last 8 games. They really haven't been performing well, and 2 of their wins came down to the wire. One with the Kuzma game-winning shot against a Nuggets team that they didn't really play their stars. I mean, Jokic only played 22 minutes in that game. And then they had a great win against the Clippers, but it came down once again to the wire without 2 of their best scorers not playing that game. Plus, you have no Avery Bradley, no Rondo, no wing, no wing players or wing defenders, I should say, if they're going to go up against Portland in the first round and most likely Houston in the second round, which is going to hurt them and put a huge strain on LeBron and AD's shoulders on both ends of the court. But then again, the Lakers are still the Lakers.
Can you make the argument though that with so ever since they secured that number 1 seed that they've not been trying?
Well,
because I've seen it in their play.
Yeah, well, Miles, like we talked about this, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was saying that, like, maybe they're not playing up to their, potential, like 100% potential, and they've only played 8 games in a span of 2 weeks, and these 2 weeks being a 2-week span after 4 months of not playing, with Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith in the lineup and losing 2 players with Rondo and AB. So that does play a factor. Yeah, and that does play a factor.
Incorporate them into the offense, and then on top of that, we don't know if all these teams can compete with us when the game slows down. Because when it gets into the half court, like who you gonna pick to double team? You gonna pick LeBron? You gonna pick AD? Every team has to make that choice.
Right, but my argument to that would be, if a team can slow down one of those two, then I think the Lakers are in trouble because their surrounding cast, Kuzma and Danny Green, have been no-shows for the most part. Kuzma had 1 or 2 games where he did pretty well, but for the most part, those two are the X factors as far as they got to step up on both ends of the court and help LeBron and AD carry that load because, like I said, they can most likely play Portland in the first round, Houston, aka the best backcourt in the league in my opinion, second round, Clippers most likely in the Western Conference Finals, and then Milwaukee, Boston, hopefully Boston. One of those teams in the finals. But for my pick, just to move on, you already know my pick, baby. Kawhi Leonard Jordan. All right, we got him. We got PG-13. You know what I'm saying? We got those boys. We got Doc Rivers, championship head coach. Ty Lue, championship head coach, who's an assistant coach now. You got Pat Bev, Lou Will, Sam Cassell off the coaching staff. You should be a coach, in my opinion, starting head coach. You got Trez. You got a bunch of role players, a bunch of gritty guys ready to win. They also, in my opinion, haven't played to their full potential as well during the bubble, but they were missing some players in and out. I'm not going to use that as an excuse, but they were missing some players, which could be a factor to this whole thing. But in my opinion, they're just too deep. Great coaching staff, great 1-2 punch with PG and Kawhi. Kawhi being a reigning Finals MVP, All-Star MVP as well. I mean, what more is there to say, honestly?
Yohannes picked the Clippers. Miles, you picked the Lakers. Oh man, I did not bring this bad boy out for no reason today. Miles, my guy, you know what time it is. You know what time it is.
No, we did. Not the bobblehead. Not bobblehead.
Hey, man. Hey. For everyone.
Not bobblehead. Jason, bro.
Listen, I may come across as a homer from time to time. But I feel like the Celtics have what they, minus the fact that they don't have a big, I feel like they're ready, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna breeze by the Sixers. They're probably gonna see Miami in the next round. Am I correct?
Toronto.
Okay, from your perspective, Toronto.
Toronto's the second seed.
Who?
So Toronto, the winner between Toronto and Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. So most likely the Celtics would see Toronto.
Ain't no most likely they will.
You never know.
They will.
You never know. Karis. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but
Karis.
This is my pick right here.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah,
Karis.
Karis,
Okay.
Karis. What are you talking about, bro?
Karis LeVert. Okay.
Karis LeVert.
Okay. But yeah, man, that's my pick. I was kind of not like, I really want to pick the Bucks though. It's just the fact that
There you go.
I low key did want to pick the Bucks. I really did, bro. Giannis just can't do everything by himself, bro. And Chris Middleton is not that great, so I singled them out.
Yeah, that's a big whoa.
That's a stretch.
It's not that great. It's not that great.
His averages.
Let's ask Jason
Tatum.
Tatum. So let's ask Jason Tatum if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Am I right, Jason? Jason, I don't think they heard you, Jason. Am I right?
That was a no. That looked like a no right there. Because he's shaking his head like that.
Anyways, Jason agrees with me. That's my pick.
Yeah, he agrees with me. Hey, man.
That's what I picked, man.
Wow, but you didn't have to disrespect my man Chris like that.
Bro, I'm not a big fan of Chris Middleton,
He's
bro.
averaging like 20, 21 points a game, bro.
And he's been consistent too these past couple seasons.
Yeah, let's see what he does when Giannis goes to Miami next year.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. All right,
All right.
Next.
So for the next segment, right? We're gonna talk about which team is most likely to get upset in the first round. I'm gonna start it off real quick, right? This is pre Mike Conley, leaving the bubble. I had Utah upsetting Denver, right? For these couple of reasons, right? A, Denver is second to last in pace with the ball, right? They're super slow coming up the court, which is perfect for a half-court defensive team like Utah with Rudy Gobert down in the middle. Plus, if you look at take Jokic and Jamal Murray out the picture, right? Gary Harris is taking a step back this season. Okay. He's averaging barely 10 points a game this season. Yeah. Okay. Paul Millsap has now come off the bench and has had a diminished role because of the fact that Michael Porter Jr. has basically stepped up and took over these past 7-8 games, basically the whole bubble. But his inexperience will come into play come playoff time, right?
Yes.
I guess.
In my personal opinion, I'm not saying it'll for sure happen, but in my personal opinion, it will, right? Bol, I don't know if he's really gonna get minutes or not. Then we look at Will Barton, who's a great scorer, but last season in the playoffs he averaged a mere 9 points per game. So is he gonna show up in the playoffs, or is he gonna be?
Who averaged 9 points?
Will Barton. Right. Yeah,
Will the Thrill.
Will the Thrill. I'm pretty sure I weigh more than him, but hey. Will
He got you all hype.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm now 176, so I'm getting there. But
no, you are.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy. I appreciate you. So, but my thing is, if they had Mike Conley through these whole whatever games they're gonna play, and if they had Bojan, they would definitely wipe out Denver. But in my opinion, I still have Denver beating Utah. Yeah. But the most likely scenario of which underdog will win in the first round, I have Utah just going through it, man. They got a lot of weapons on that team. Offensively, defensively, they can be pretty scary when they're intact with each other. Yeah. But we shall see. So that's my pick. Miles, what about you, man?
Me, I think one of the upsets that's going to happen is definitely going to be Miami over Indiana, just because of the seeding and how it's looking like Indiana's going to be the higher seed. Miami won like 3 out of the 4 games in the regular season. I know the regular season and the playoffs are two totally different seasons, but from what I've seen and the way Miami's playing with the chip on their shoulder, and between Jimmy basically playing the mental game with TJ Warren and getting in his head, and we saw how that matchup went up the last time they played with each other. The games have been decided in the regular season on the average of like 3 points, but 3 out of the 4, Miami ended up taking it. Indiana also doesn't have Domantas Sabonis, so that's going to hurt them on the defensive end. They're not going to have that interior presence that's going to at least be able to like slow down Bam Adebayo. Bam, he going to just bust them. They're going to get busted up on the inside. And, yeah, they don't really have an answer for Jimmy. He's a dog. And they got Tyler Hero coming on the outside. And they got Kendrick Nunn playing pretty decent. But, honestly, bro, I think it's going to end up being Miami in 5. And I think that it'll be 5-game series, but like a gentleman's sweep, pretty much.
Well, hey, Miles, Yohannes, that's great. That's awesome, bro. You want to know who I think is going to get upset in the first round?
Please say the Lakers.
Yes, I am going to say the Lakers.
Man, fuck you.
No, Miles. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not gonna be an easy upset. But if it is, just know this. Excuse me. Just know this.
I'm prepared to argue that.
No. Just know if the Blazers beat them in 5 games.
5?
In 5 games.
In 5 games.
Listen to me. Listen, bro. Listen.
Wow.
All right, hear me out. If the Lakers end up beating them in 5 games, I will buy you, myself, and Miles a Dame Lillard jersey.
I'm Miles.
It's
I'm
on
Miles.
record, man.
I said you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Huh?
It's on record, man.
Yep.
You heard him say it.
And hold on. If they end up beating them in 5 games, okay? Actually, let's just mix it up. If they end up sweeping the Lakers, I want you each to post on your Instagrams.
Wow.
Hashtag Grip City. Let's get it. 2020.
I don't care, but if the Lakers get swept, you know I'm gonna be the happiest man alive. Are you kidding me?
Miles, this is gonna be.
Y'all some haters, I swear to God.
Hey man.
Alright, you about to come up off that jersey.
Listen, man. Ever since LeBron came to the Lakers, bro, all I've been seeing in Los Angeles and California is flying hot dogs.
Glizzies. Glizzies, baby.
Glizzies. Flying hot dogs. But yo, that's my pick. Blazers are on a roll, bro.
Can I chip in one thing?
And Melo. Whew.
Can I chip in one thing? I want a Nurkic jersey, not a Dame Lillard jersey.
Yeah, R.I.P. to your grandma, boss.
Really?
Thanks.
Nah, I need Oakland's very own. I need that. But
If you don't mind me interjecting, yeah, we got like 2 out of those 3 in the regular season, and we have they're like 14th in the league rated in defense. You know what the Lakers are? You know,
No.
third in the league in defense. So, you know, the game.
That means there's 2 teams better than them.
Yeah, we ain't this ain't about them. This has nothing to do with them. We're talking about this matchup in this series, okay? So y'all watched the game between Memphis and Portland for that playing game. You saw how easy Ja got to the rim.
Very easy.
Now, replace Ja with LeBron. You think they gonna stop him?
Yeah, no. So what I was gonna say is Miles had a great point. Everything he's been saying is what I've been saying as far as like nobody's gonna stop LeBron, but they do have bodies to throw at AD with Zach Collins, Nurkic, and Whiteside to an extent. But what I'm saying is I'm gonna use the same argument about LeBron doing this to Portland, blah 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 blah, that people say about Dame. He can't carry the whole team. LeBron can drop 50 and they can still lose the game for the mere fact that. You've seen Dame averaging 50 points the past 3 games, and they barely made it over the hump on each game. It came down to the wire. Right, and it came down to the wire. So we could say the same thing about the Lakers, but yeah, I don't agree with what Abdi is saying, man. I listen, man. The Lakers are gonna breeze by him.
When the Lakers go down 2-0. When the Lakers,
I got him 6, yeah.
When the Lakers go down 2-0, shout out my guy Charles Barkley. This is the only thing I'm gonna agree with you on ever.
You and that freaking nut.
That's my guy. Nah, but it's like
Talking crazy on my thing too.
if they go up 2-0, it's time to hit that panic button, bro. In my opinion.
So let's just translate this over to our first series out of the 8 series that's gonna be played to the Lakers in Portland. So you got the Lakers, you said in 5.
Who, me?
Portland in 5?
Yeah.
Miles, what do you have?
Man, Lakers in 6. Come on.
Okay, so I got Lakers in 6. Now y'all can just continue what you gotta say, and then we can move on to the next series.
You interject, but
Interject what? The fact that the Lakers are gonna lose in the first round?
No, bro, that's not gonna happen. Like I said,
We allowed 10 fewer points than them. Nobody stopping LeBron. Lakers in 6. Come on now.
Say my part, boom, boom, right? So next is going to be the Clippers and the Mavericks. I got Clippers in 5. Luka and Porzingis are both inexperienced. They haven't had any playoff experience, and they're going up against an NBA champion in Kawhi and a great, great defensive and offensive unit with the Clippers. So
I'm gonna pick the Clippers, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a close series. Don't get me wrong. It might go to 6 or 7, just because Luka and the guy with the blonde hair. I forget what his name is. Kristaps. Yeah.
The unicorn, bro.
Yeah, the unicorn. Yeah, it should be a good series, but I'm gonna go with the Clippers. Go ahead, Miles.
I got the Clippers in 5. It's probably going to be a gentleman's sweep with that one, just because of the lack of experience. It's a young team. Their two main players, two main points of offense is going to be coming from um, NBA playoff and experienced players, which makes a huge difference. And honestly, Clippers they got a lot of depth to throw at them, which I have another point about that later. They'll be able to throw that at them, have a bunch of bodies, and probably take them out in like 5 games.
All right, that's pretty. So we got the Clippers all around. So next is the Denver Nuggets and Utah. Like I said, if Mike Conley comes back, then I do have Utah winning this. But for right now, I have Denver in 6. I mean, first off they have height.
Big time.
So much like.
They got so much length. They got so many different role players that can.
God.
If the role players can play as good as they were playing during the regular season, then I don't really see this being a very tough matchup. Although Utah does have Joe Ingles, who's playing pretty well. Donovan Mitchell. Hey. What?
Yo, thank God it wasn't the Clippers facing the Utah Jazz, bro.
We're beating them.
Nah, Paul George would have had a hard time.
No, he's healthy. He had 6 injuries, remember? Anyways, I got Denver in 6. What about you, man?
Oh, Denver in 4. Easy peasy.
In 4?
In 4.
Oh, sweet.
Sweet.
I don't know about that.
Nah, that's a sweet, bro. I'm sorry.
I think they're gonna at least get at least one game.
Yeah. Go ahead. Pick yours. Pick yours, Miles.
I'm gonna say Denver in 5.
All right, so we all got Denver for the most part.
Bless you.
Houston and OKC. This one is kind of intriguing to the fact that Russ will be out game 1 for sure, not knowing his status moving forward. But even with him not playing, I feel like Houston should have this. So let's just say Russ isn't going to play for the first half of the series, right? I'm going to go ahead and say that Houston will win this in 7 because James Harden's going to do James Harden like tactics. Although you got to forget that them boys in OKC can hoop, A, and B, they do have height. Okay, Steven Adams is not somebody to mess with, bro.
I thought you were about to say the Rockets. I was gonna say the
No. Steven Adams, he will pull a Boban and just stand and dunk on whoever's gonna be guarding him. So I got Houston in 7. Exactly, I got Houston in 7. It's gonna be, I think, the toughest matchup in the first round. But I feel like Harden should be able to pull this through.
Yeah. Houston in 4.
Bro, this guy is just everybody.
Nah, I'm trolling.
All right, I'm gonna say, man.
Houston is 6, bro. But I don't know, man. Chris Paul, the Thunder. The height might be a big factor for them, as Yohannes stated. But I can never go against the fact that you have 2 of the top scorers who could get buckets, get rebounds, get assists whenever they want. I can't go against that. And it's going to be the first time in years, bro, since these guys played with each other in the playoffs. The last time these 2 guys played with each other in the playoffs, what happened?
You were in the finals.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, should be fun to see. Go ahead, Miles.
Going back and forth with this one, I honestly didn't know who to pick. But I actually have OKC in 7. Just because I don't know what the window's looking like for Russ. And that ultimately is just determining my decision, too. 2 out of the 3 games was won by OKC in the regular season. And each game was decided about 8 points apiece. Really, like I said, all this is going to depend on how quickly Russ can come back and if he's healthy. CP3 is a really good lead. Like when he had that Clippers team, remember Lob City, how they always came up short in the playoffs. The thing is, he can defer to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander now. So you have somebody to help carry that load, especially in the backcourt. So between that and this very, very famous quote that Kobe has said post-retirement, and that was about James Harden and the fact that ball-dominant players cannot win championships. It's a fact. We've seen it happen before. So I'm going to say OKC in 7.
So now we have the Eastern Conference. Look, man, we're gonna get this one out the way. Milwaukee, Orlando, Milwaukee in 4.
Milwaukee in 4, man. That's an easy sweep. Sorry, Orlando fans. Y'all ain't stand a chance.
Yeah, nah.
I say Orlando in 4. No, I'm fucking with you.
It's okay. At least y'all don't gotta fly far.
Oh yeah, they're right in Orlando. I mean, hey, their house is probably right down the street, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one, bro.
Y'all can just walk home.
Giannis doesn't even have to show up for that.
Oh, don't say that. That's disrespectful.
He doesn't.
Honestly, I think the whole starting 5 is
Hey man, just start headbutting and get 1 game
that.
suspension. Whatever you want.
You gonna start the other Tentakumbo?
Oh yeah, he needs some shine. He needs some shine. So the next round, or excuse me, next series. This is just equivalent. Toronto, Brooklyn. I got Toronto in 4. That's really not going to be a real matchup. I mean, I think it's going to be close because Brooklyn has a scrappy team, but as far as actually pulling a game from Toronto, I don't see that happening.
As much as I don't, can I go?
Yeah.
As much as I don't, what is it called? Like Yohannes' takes on Toronto and Kyle Lowry and all that. I'm gonna have to go with the Toronto Raptors, bro. Toronto in 4. Nope, Toronto in 5. Yep, that's more reasonable, right?
Yeah, that's reasonable. I can see them pulling the game.
Yeah, I just don't see anyone else but LeVert doing anything for Brooklyn. You know, maybe Joe Harris, but that's not enough, man. Unless some of those guys step up.
I think Jared Allen will pull up for sure.
Of course,
and
he's
I
gonna
think
pull up. But
Tyler Johnson has been slept on. He's played pretty scrappy these past few games, but I don't think, like you said, I don't really see him winning. Maybe 1 game, but I don't really see him doing much in the series. So.
Yeah, go ahead, Mom.
Boy, I can't remember dude's name. It's kind of long, but he's one of their international players. But
The one that starts with
honestly,
T.
guys, you know who I'm talking about. I can't just throw his picture up or something.
Light skinned dude.
But,
Yeah, light skinned dude. Yeah.
yeah, the light skinned dude. But I'm going to take Toronto in 6, actually, because I think Karis LeVert is actually going to step up. I think he's going to step up. They're going to give him a run for their money. You guys got to keep in mind, these are still professional basketball players we're talking about. And when a team's an underdog team and they got a chip on their shoulder, they can do a lot. This doesn't apply for Portland and LA, though, unfortunately. But
listen, man, we could talk about NBA players, but if we can't even pronounce the light-skinned guy's name, then that goes to show you how much we don't know about that roster.
We're gonna have to come up with a nickname or something.
Yeah. So the next series, JT and the Celtics versus the Philadelphia Lakers.
I don't know, Philadelphia 74ers.
Philadelphia
74ers right now because they lost it to.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Philly, they play tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow, I think at 6 or 6:30.
6.
Y'all might as well, just grab your suitcases, start packing up, man. Just don't even worry about playing us. Just get ready as far as packing stuff up. Say goodbye to the Disney staff. Thank them for their services, and just be ready to go home because Boston's gonna destroy Philly. I think Philly might get 1 game because Embiid is a monster, but hey, man, it's hey, Brett Brown.
He's not playing now.
Huh?
He's not playing.
He played the last game. He just played the final game. Okay. Brett Brown, you're a great coach, bro. Straight from South Portland, but hey, man, I don't see him sticking around as a coach after this series, honestly. And it's not.
I wouldn't say great coach, bro. You can't say he's a great coach
if you're in the NBA, bro. If you're able to coach those type of players, you're a great coach.
No, he's a great coach. I mean, it's just unfortunate that he's in a circumstance right now.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a great coach, and honestly, the GM needs to. Elton Brand kind of messed up. I would have never gave Al Horford that 4-year, $100 million deal. I would have used that money to get at least 2 solid role players or 2 solid starters.
Amen.
But that's just for another time.
Amen.
We don't have to talk about Philly that much.
Listen, Jason, how are you?
What's up, bro? You dropping 40 on them?
You got that damn bobble.
You gotta shake the head. You dropping 40 on the? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 50 maybe? 50? All right, let's get it.
Ask him if they're gonna win in 4.
Are you guys gonna win in 3? Damn, bro. Hold on.
Hell yeah, man. You see that? I ain't even gotta say anything. Jason just talked for me, bro.
Go ahead,
Miles.
Well, jump on the bandwagon.
And put that damn bobblehead away. Jesus. Yeah, it's gonna be a sweep, guys. So unfortunately, y'all Philly fans, y'all can pack it up. Sorry. Y'all are a little outnumbered with this one. That's
It's just
unfortunate too, because Philly really they had all that potential going into the season. They really let me down. I thought they were going to be a top seed team, like really at the top.
Yeah, no, I mean, one thing I'm gonna miss the most about this, departure of Philly is Matisse Thybulle's vlogs, man. I mean, that was fairly entertaining. All right, so yeah, to wrap up the Eastern Conference first round playoff series, we're gonna talk about a good one. T.J. Warren versus Jimmy Butler.
Again.
Indiana versus Miami. Personally, this is gonna be, I think, another great series. But I'm going with Miami just because they got two rough riders, man. They got Jimmy and they got Bam Bam. They got a great supporting cast, like Miles was talking about earlier. Honestly, I feel like Miami will not only knock out Indiana, but they can also knock out Milwaukee in the next round. But that's for a different topic, different timeline. But I got Miami in 7 for this one.
I got Miami. Miami in 4, bro.
4.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
T.J. Warren,
No
Miles.
Sabonis, bro. Sabonis was the big factor.
I agree.
To that wins.
I agree.
Yeah. So, and they got a healthy Jimmy. You know, hopefully Bam's okay. Is he gonna be okay?
Come on, man. He's African. Good.
Derrick Jones Jr. Hope he's okay too. But yeah, 5 or 4. Miami. Go ahead, Miles.
So with Miami versus Indiana first round, I'm picking Miami in 4. I think it's going to be a sweep. Miami doesn't. Indiana. They don't have their all-star. They don't have their one of the main points of their offense, even though they still have Brogdon, Miles Turner, and T.J. Warren, and Victor Oladipo, but that's not really consistent. So I think it's going to be Miami in 4. And, yeah, Jimmy versus TJ. I'm excited to watch that.
They still got Brogdon. They still have T.J. Warren. They still have Miles Turner. They could make some sort of noise out there. But that's respectable. I mean, at the end of the day, we all have Miami winning it. And it'll be interesting first round. So
Just go from Kyle Lowry.
all right, so yeah, we're gonna talk about this whole Kyle Lowry debate, man. Everybody on my ass about this. You know, I'm sticking with my statement as far as him being a top 5 point guard in the league. Only four point guards that got above him is, Cash Money Steph. Whipping it up. You got the Earth is flat, Kyrie Irving, and we got Triple Dub Russ and Dame Dollar. Right, that's the only 4 players that got above him. Before I say what I gotta say, I want to let my boy OG Anree start it off with his argument as far as why he disagrees with me. Then we'll throw it over to Miles, and then I'm gonna roast them and put these dudes in check.
Well, first of all, I want to know what criteria are you using to make this argument?
I'm taking everything into consideration. I'm
What are you
taking
basing
the
this
whole their resume and the performance this season. So the overall resume and the performance this season.
That's not what he said.
Kyrie's been hurt. Kyrie's been
weeks ago.
hurt. Feel me? And honestly, I'd probably take Ben Simmons over Kyle Lowry.
He is a
If
point
it's
guard.
me. Luka too, because Luka a point guard too.
Thank you. Someone says it. Thank you.
That's how I feel.
Who did you say before Ben Simmons?
Nobody. I said Kyrie been hurt. Steph Curry been hurt.
All right, Miles. Yeah.
He does have a point. I'm going to chime in on this after you guys talk.
Okay. Yeah.
Same picks, but throw in LeBron too. He's a point guard.
That's very valid. He is playing point guard this year.
He's been playing. He's basically been playing point his whole career. He's just never been on paper. He's
been a point forward.
Unofficial. Exactly, he's a point forward. He's an official point guard. So I'm gonna put him over Kyle. And if we're gonna go off of the criteria of this season, okay, they got the second best record in the East. That's cool. But if we're going overall for his career, bro's averaging like about 15,
Okay.
15 points and like 6 assists. Like that ain't doing it for me. 6-time All-Star though, I'll give it
How
to
much
you. Like
is
that's
he
like the
averaging?
one argument. Like 15 and 6, bro. Like for his
Only
career,
thing I'm gonna give Kyle Lowry is he play hard. I'll give him that. He play hard
he a
and
dog.
he ain't no hoe.
He a
For
dog
me,
for sure.
he definitely one of the better point guards for the Raptors franchise. And he
That's
definitely a
true.
leader on that team.
Yeah,
So
most definitely.
I'll have to see how he performs without a superstar next to him, unless you want to consider Siakam as a superstar.
Nah, not yet. Not yet. They don't have no true superstar, but they do have an all-star. They got 2 all-stars, really. So
all right.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, peak game. All right. First of all, I'm not gonna sit here and let you guys say that LeBron James is a point guard.
Exactly. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Point guard.
He is a point forward. He's not a point guard. Like, there's a big difference there. There's a big gap.
Point. It's a positionless basketball. Yeah, especially the league now.
If we're talking positions, though, let me say something. Let me say something real quick. All right. Luka Doncic, bro. All right. You got Luka, because Yohannes said top 3 last 2 weeks ago.
Top 3, but by accident.
Yeah.
So he said top 3, and then he said, and then Anree had checked him.
No, he did not check me. I said top 5 in the DMs. Anree, you can check the DMs, man.
You said top 3 first, and then I was like top 5. I said maybe top 5, not top 3.
Maybe top
Yeah,
You
five.
said
yeah,
top.
'cause I brought
You
up
said top
Chris
3 at first,
Paul.
bro.
So
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry not better than Chris Paul.
all right, all
No,
right.
he's not. He's more valuable to his team too. That's the crazy thing about it. Way
Okay,
more
so-
valuable to his team.
Yohannes, you state your top 5.
All right. I'm going to say up to my top 5. Anree, Miles, you guys can chime in afterwards. Up to you as well, but I'm going in right now. Ready?
Okay.
All right.
We're talking about Ben Simmons, a gentleman who can't even hit a 3-pointer. All right. This guy's listen. Forget a rival as far as a player. His rival is the basket. Okay. This guy, the 3-point line is his rival. All right. That's number 1. Let's get that out the way. Luka, if you actually look him up, he's actually listed as a shooting guard. I know he has the ball. You know, he's a ball handler, but he's technically listed as the shooting guard of the Dallas Mavericks. So let's get that out the way, right? Now with the whole Chris Paul debate, I did tell Anree that is a good, valid argument because he's been hooping like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, he is the point guard.
So
You know?
what do you at 3 right now?
No, I'm just saying, yeah. So my top 5, not in order. Right, I know Steph is hurt, but hey man, listen, that's like if LeBron James was out of the season, he would still be considered one of the best players in the league, correct?
Correct.
Yo,
So,
give me 5 seconds.
right? Y'all talking about, oh, he averages 15 points or whatever, blah, blah, blah. This man averaged almost 20 points a game this season, 5 rebounds, almost 8 assists for a team that's second in the East, and that is the reigning NBA champions. So we got to put some respect on his name, all right? This man has been an all-star every single year since 2015. All right? This guy, if you don't remember, coming from Houston to Toronto, slimmed down. You remember that? This is crazy transfer. Slimmed down. Slim down. Plays great on both ends of the court. Won Most Improved Player of the Year. I think 3 of the past 5 seasons, he's averaged over 40% from the 3-point line. Right? This man is a bona fide hustler, bro, and he's 34 years old, man. We gotta put some respect on that too.
So again,
Yeah, he's been in the league for like 15 years.
Exactly, and he's not aging, bro. If you look at his game, he's been playing the same way, taking charges, you know, hitting big shots, playing defense on whoever he has to guard. So, I mean, I feel like he's just been overlooked by a lot of analysts and a lot of other players.
so top 5, quickly.
Top 5 point guards:
Yeah, no, right. The one that you just quickly, just for the people that. You know,
Steph Curry, Kyrie,
their heads.
Russ, Dame, and then Kyle Lowry.
Steph, Kyrie, Russ. So Yohannes, just repeat. I don't know if you heard his top 5, but it consisted of Steph, Kyrie, Russ, Dame, and then Kyle. So now we're gonna go over to Anree and then Miles. So Anree, give us your top five, and I want to know if you agree with Yohannes' picks.
First, I'm gonna say Luka is a point guard. All right, he's a point guard for the Dallas Mavericks. Nobody else is running point. His backup is Trey Burke. Okay, he's but his primary position is a point guard. Averaging what is it like 8, 9 assists a game. So I'm gonna throw in Luka, Steph Curry, Dame Dollar, Russie, and I'm gonna probably say Chris Paul.
Good stuff, Darian, Russ, Chris Paul. Okay.
There's not much I can even add to that because that's my list. It's on my notes. I'm looking right at it. That's crazy. Like,
Great minds think alike.
I'm saying.
I mean,
But yeah,
I
I would have put Kyrie in there, but he's more of a scoring point, and the type of point guard I'm looking at is the one that who elevates his teammates and make them better.
so
Hey, no problem, man. Let me know next week. I got some more points to bet off.
most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, Anree, bro, it's good talking to you, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all boys
All
be
right.
safe.
Yeah,
I'm
Yo,
gonna
you
pull
too,
up
bro.
to Portland and come harass y'all.
Who, you better talk about Abdigas, bro. Ain't nobody harassing me, man.
This guy.
Yo, Chris will be harassing you, but I'm gonna have to come up there and
What's Chris, bro? Chris Paul ain't. Come on, man. That's Lil Shrimp.
for sure.
I'm gonna just pop up. I'm not even gonna tell y'all when I'm coming. I'm gonna just.
It's okay, bro. You're always welcome, bro. You know you're always welcome in my house, man.
You already know, man. I'm gonna have to come out there and show y'all how to do the thing out there.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
All right, y'all boys. Y'all
All right,
take
bro.
care,
All
man.
right, bro.
Safe travels, man.
Yo. Have a good night, man.
You too.
All right, stay up. All right. So that's gonna wrap it up for today, y'all. I'm out. It's the Lil Gap.
Yep. And we're gonna put our socials on the bottom. You turn the camera off, so I'm not gonna get up and turn it back on.
Okay. And LeBron is a point guard.